All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for State of the Atmosphere. Hollywood on fire. We got the Daredevil trailer to check out. I went and saw Nosferatu this weekend, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. Plus, we got the pop culture update, including a story about Squid Game and, of course, the channel's sweetheart, the Sweeney Spot. All that and more tonight on State of the Atmosphere.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
All right, welcome aboard, boys and girls. It is time for State of the Atmosphere. And I am joined tonight by Jed. Comics Dad has decided to join us tonight. And Knock. How are you guys doing tonight? Don't everybody speak up at once.
Better than Congress right now. We're
Better than Congress right now? Oh, okay. I haven't watched the mainstream news today, so I mean the only thing I did see today was the fact that apparently they've brokered a Middle East ceasefire, and they're talking about trading refugees. Let's just hope that doesn't collapse and it goes through. Let's put out good thoughts towards that one. But Jed, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
That's
doing
good.
pretty good. Yeah.
Good. Comics Dad, what are you up to this evening?
No, not a whole lot. Hanging out here with you guys for a little bit and then doing some dad stuff and catching up on some time with the missus after I spent some time with you fellas here.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Okay, well, let's check out the chat first and foremost tonight. And the first guy in is the usual guy. That's the first guy in. And if you don't know his name by now, then, you know, you're just not paying attention. That's just all there is to it. You really just don't know.
There are some who call me Tim.
That's right. Tim's the first one in tonight. Good to see you. And of course, the hardest working wrench on YouTube, Vince Womack from across the pond is here. Heidi ho to all the nerd and nerdettes. Good to see you, man. And he's got all the links for all my stuff in there. So you guys go check all that stuff. Also, the greatest producer in the history of YouTube.
And the least hardworking wrench.
Yeah, he is a hard worker.
the least hardworking wrench.
Oh, the least hardworking wrench? No, man, that guy is the hardest working producer. That guy is the behind the scenes
genius. He spends so much time producing, he doesn't do anything wrenching. So yeah.
He says greetings to all my excellent friends, and let's see who else is here. Nobody else in the chat talking. Oh yeah, wait a minute. We got Tommy. This is hail chat. Hope we're all are well. Hope you're doing well too, man. Okay, boys and girls, you know how we start this off. We always start off with the pop culture update. So let's get to work on that one right there. If
I kind of miss the theater, man. There hasn't been anything I want to go see. You know,
I went this weekend.
I know you're hyping up that show, but it doesn't interest me. So I'm just kind of.
But we're gonna talk about it.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, we got the box office receipts for this weekend. Den of Thieves opened up this weekend. to 15 million. It's just a slow time for the theater right now. Everybody shot their wad at Christmas when it comes to movies. So, and that's all we got. The rest of the list is all hangovers from Christmas time. You got
did Moana 2 ever hit that bill?
Hit that bell?
Billion dollars
No,
worldwide.
I don't think so. We'll look at that in just a second. The top 5 domestically, though, are Mufasa at number 2 with 14. Sonic the Hedgehog, 3 with 11. All of those are doing in double digits. Nosferatu with 6 million, and Moana 2 with 6 million. Let's look at, let's see, that would be worldwide that you're asking about. And we're talking about Moana 2. No, we don't want 2025. We want
24.
I think there isn't a total.
Well, actually, you know what? That's kind of weird. Maybe if you hit on Moana 2 itself.
But right there, it's 10 million. It's 10 million from it. Let's see.
But I mean, I imagine it got that in 2025.
Let's take a look. It made 10 million this weekend. So
Yeah.
let's see. It should be right up top here, but it's not. That's weird. Didn't it make 10 million over the weekend?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, this is very strange. Okay,
I think that's release.
This is
that's
release,
release group.
Yeah,
release
this is
group.
release date. So that's where it's sitting right now.
Okay.
It's sitting at 990.
Man, it's just below. Really, that's
really
messed
close.
up.
Yeah, it's really close. And if it keeps doing well, it probably will. I mean, these kids movies seems to be the way to make a bunch of money right now. It really does. Inside Out 2 was the biggest movie last year, and it did 1.6 billion. So, I mean, who saw that coming, right? I mean, I've never seen either one of them, but Knock, didn't you say you had to watch the first one just so you could watch the second one?
I haven't watched the second one yet, but I did watch the first one, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So,
being that I got small children, I'll chime in here. Inside Out 2, it actually was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it.
Considering what Disney and Pixar have been doing over the last several years. My kids loved it. I was very hesitant.
Mhm.
Is probably the kindest way to say it going into it, just because they introduced anxiety as a quote unquote
right.
emotion,
The new characters
all
they
that.
added, everybody was kind of questionable about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it came together pretty well for the most part. It wasn't anything earth shattering. They didn't reinvent the wheel with the story or anything, but it was a nice coming of age tale, kind of that whole preteen into teenager transition type of story, with dealing with emotions and whatnot. So overall it was pretty decent.
Comics, did you, because your kid, did you see the first one?
Yeah, many times.
So would you say it's a worthy successor to it? Because you know how it is, right? The second one's never as good as the first, kind of thing, and it just kind of falls off. Do you think it blended well into it?
I would say it blended well because it continues the story pretty decently, but just overall, the first one, I feel. I mean, granted, I'm an adult. I'm not the target audience, but after watching the first one many times with my kids, I feel like the first one was just better. But isn't that how it goes with most movies?
It is.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Yep. It's good because you watching both. You watch both. That's why I'm asking these. Because.
Oh yeah.
It
was not terrible. It was a decent successor. It was not better than the first one though.
Mm-hmm.
If you felt like they never did this movie, do you think Inside and Out just by itself would have stand alone and never really needed it, or?
Oh, I didn't think it needed it to begin with. That's why I was very surprised that they decided to make it. But I wasn't surprised at the same time because of the huge success the first one was.
Okay. Yeah. I plan on watching it at some point. I'm not in a hurry to watch it, but I mean, when a movie makes $1.6 billion, it's got to be okay in some.
Oh, at the very least, you got to take notice of it.
Right. We're a pop culture channel, so I like to take notice of things that are pop culture.
Joe, speaking of that, I put a story that I just found for you.
I'll hit that when we get off of this subject.
I thought you would like that. So.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I don't know that it's cool. We'll have
I
to look
know
at
that.
But anyway,
Put it out there. So yeah.
Foxy is in the chat as well. It's good to see you. My
yeah,
wife
Foxy,
has
what's
decided to chime in. That's good. That's good. You know, she's at the restaurant tonight, so she'll
she
be
is?
back later with my steak and egg breakfast.
She's at the club right now. She's at the club. She's at the club.
But anyway, guys, let's get back to this. The report on last year came out. Global box office hit 30 billion in 2024 as year ended on upbeat note. But it's not no longer good enough to have a good movie, studio report cards. Okay. Yeah, we did see a couple of good movies not do well at the box office last year. And I think a lot of it's because of sequel fatigue. You know, from what I hear, Furiosa was good and it didn't do well. Fall Guy is one that I actually have on my TV back here playing right now that I just absolutely loved, but it didn't make a lot of money.
It did not do well. It was an okay movie. I
only got to see the first 5 minutes, and I haven't got to see the rest of it.
Oh, you need to see it.
Me and Kay were busy, so
yeah, it's definitely good stuff. Definitely good stuff. But 30 billion. Now that's just to let you know that one, according to this article, that number is, I believe, let's see, 30 billion, about 11.5% off of the previous year. So it's down from last year. You would think it would go up now that COVID's over and everything, and everybody's going back to the movies. But you've really got to. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, bud. Do you still have the list for the box office?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we check out the last year before in 2023 what the top movies were?
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Top one was Barbie.
I mean, come on.
Dude,
come on. Spider-Man Across the Universe.
Yeah.
Guardians 3, Oppenheimer, Barbieheimer.
Third Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean,
was out there.
Even your beloved Mission Impossible Part 1. You know, I feel like that's a pretty decent lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Fast X was terrible, and so was Wonka. So,
Martin was talking about this last night. He said Hellboy was good, talking about the last one that was made that didn't do very well.
I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest.
Yeah, or at least faithful to the comics, a pure horror story. And my wife chimes in and says, "But the product has been crap." Talking about most of the movies.
True.
So yeah, Dead Reckoning, the one I was looking forward to so much, was killed by Barbie and Oppenheimer because it was 10 days before those two movies.
It's hard to do an original story that people actually want to, invest in.
Well, here's the thing.
I feel like
Hollywood doesn't want to invest in it anymore. They want to go with proven shit, because they feel like they're rolling the dice if they do something new. And they need to get back to their roots of making.
But I mean, if you look at Fall Guy, I mean, can you blame them?
Yeah, I know. I mean, Fall Guy was, it's weird. It's really strange the way that works. Let's see. Vince says Wonka on number 8, and what the fuck is the Wandering Earth? I don't know what that is. I think that's a documentary.
I did not mind Wonka.
That Wonka movie was terrible.
I didn't mind it at all. I'll be honest.
See, that one got mixed reviews.
I honestly did not mind it at all. It was fine.
My brother loved it. I haven't seen it yet, but
if you really want to get into the spirit of it, watch it during Christmas time, because that's if you want to. You don't want to watch it when it's like
no more bats, Vince says.
Or when you don't want to watch it during Halloween. You got to be in that jolly mood, and then you watch that movie, and it just adds to it. So
yeah.
I feel like
my wife says Deadpool and Wolverine was the best thing that came out last year. Yeah, we went and saw that 3 weekends in a row when it came out.
I saw that twice. It's the first movie it's the first movie that I ever went back and watched the second time in theaters.
Yeah, we don't go to the movies that much anymore, but we even watched it. Once it hit streaming, we even watched it a couple of times. It was a lot of fun. I will say the caveat to that being, I have to hold off on giving Deadpool and Wolverine that title until I'm finally able to see Sonic 3.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. So, Martin Acosta Santana our good friend, says The Wandering Earth is a very bad Chinese sci-fi movie. Oh wow, okay. Ironcaster's here. All right, good deal.
Yeah.
And he says, "I love the Fall Guy." I did too. Fall Guy was great.
Sonic
but look,
keeps
they're not
adding more and more
they're
characters.
not
It's
going to
crazy.
get back to making much of anything right away because of the wildfires, guys. The week
you
Hollywood
mean
stood still.
supposed
Entertainment industry struggles to carry on amid LA fire devastation. And I was watching Polly earlier today, and I downloaded this app he's using to show what's going on out there. And it's, I mean, guys, you know, this isn't a political show. It's just about what's going on out there.
Yeah.
And I just really, my heart goes out to him, man.
I had a close
sad.
friend that I've known for 20 years. His house, him and his family, they lived there for 40 years. Their house burnt down. It's gone.
Mhm.
The foundation was the only thing that was left.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bad it was.
They have an entire list of stuff that has been moved. I got to show you guys this video real quick. This one, this is the one that I was like, you know, if I was on a plane coming home, I wouldn't want to see this. You know what I mean?
No,
it's wait till you see this video. It's just crazy. And you can talk over it all you want. But this is a plane coming into LAX, which I've been in that airport. It's one of the biggest ones. Foxy says that's my home state. That's where she's from. She's actually from not far from where the Palisades fire is going on right now.
Oh, I'm glad you were gone from there, Rhonda.
Yeah. But you see, it looks the city looks normal, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it's just so ironic because it almost looks like the opening of the gates of hell kind of burning out of Los Angeles, and it's just it almost seems ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I will say this: I know there are some people we all dislike, but even for those people that lost, I don't wish that on anybody. Man.
No.
And there were people out there that were happy that Mark Hamill and others lost their.
Yeah, that's all wrong, man. Yeah. I mean, even you know, one thing I did like, and what we're seeing out of it is this. James Woods was talking about this. He was pretty emotional when he was on TV talking about it, and he said it's not political out there right now. It's just neighbors helping neighbors, man. You know,
and that's how it always should be.
Each other out. So it takes things like this to bring people together.
Yeah,
it always does. I mean, we saw what happened at 9/11. The same thing happened. Everybody dropped what they were, you know, their differences and banded together. You know. Yeah, Martin says it reminds me of the last.
Oh yeah, dude,
that's what it looked like. But that's the real thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vince says Gavin Newsom already talked about taking the land and developing it.
Pretty sure he spelled that wrong on purpose.
Just saying.
I'm pretty sure that Gavin Newsom may be about this close to not having a political career any longer, but. He's handled this pretty badly, but
he needs to get booted out of office.
They have a list here of Hollywood events that have been postponed due to it. If you're an NFL fan, you know we had to watch the LA Rams host a playoff game at the Arizona Cardinals Stadium this week because they could not play at home. Their practice facility, I think it burned down. It was pretty close to one of the fires. I think it's gone already. The Bidwells were really nice to them. They set them up in town, brought all their families out there, their pets, and everything.
They flew out. They sent planes to go pick them up.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Know, considering I've had some issues with the Bidwells over the years, when it comes to the chips to do the right thing, most of the time they do it.
Right, you know? and they went above and beyond for the LA Rams.
Yeah, and
they may be called upon to do it again. I mean, if it shakes out to where the NFC Championship game ends up being in LA's hands, which could happen. I mean, we've got the matchups for it, but that's for another day.
That'd be nuts. That'd be
it would be nuts. Look, how many times have we seen a playoff team or a wild card team knock, and there's only one left?
Yeah,
there's only one wild card team left.
Yeah,
and how many times have we seen it? where they just get on a roll and they go right through it. You know, what I mean?
Boom, and they just steamroll over
So,
things. Yeah, we've seen it.
And we're talking
very
about the
often.
Washington
Not very
Commanders
often.
out there, guys. If you don't know who we're talking about,
The
they're
what-
going
you
to
what? Which
Detroit
one?
this week? So, huh?
You mean the Washington Redskins? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I call them what they are right now. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh no, they are always and always.
I think of them as the Redskins too. But
Yeah.
you know, hey, that's what they call them now. But anyway,
Well,
there's a
hopefully
list of
soon to
events.
be back
The
to it.
British Choice Awards has been backed up.
I don't believe that's going to happen.
There's a whole bunch of different things, but the Academy Award nominations were backed up a week altogether, and the voting has been backed up a week too.
You know, it's just a shame it won't shut down the View. So you know.
Well, I think the View's recorded in New York. I think so. Yeah, little chance of that happening.
Yeah.
I just want to. We want to send out our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, we do, and
Los
to everybody
Angeles.
out there, no matter what, we hope the best for you, man.
And I got to tell you, whatever your differences are with the leadership of the state, it is a
Yeah.
beautiful state. I was stationed
yeah.
there in northern California. I was stationed there for 3 months in San Francisco, and this was in 1985. So, no, actually, the beginning of '86. It was the winter of '86. I was up there, and it's gorgeous up there. It really
yeah.
is. That whole state is gorgeous. But
And Joe, I used to go over there multiple times a year. Once for Comic Con, and then I would go over to other conventions, and then go see friends, and go to Disney, and all the. I used to go over there yearly. I stopped doing that like 5 or 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just. There's nothing on God's green earth could get me to go back over there.
Right, and it's because of the craziness that
I
is
will
going on there.
over there.
So it's a lot of people. Look, the guy, one of the biggest voices in our circle of YouTube, Gary Nerdrotic, moved from San Francisco to San Antonio, Texas, to get his family out of there. Man, he just couldn't take it anymore. And that's been the case for a lot. Didn't they have a story once where they're running out of U-Hauls in California? Something like that, and they charge a whole bunch of money for them now. They're price gouging U-Hauls in California.
Yeah, they were price gouging U-Hauls because so many people were gone.
Yeah, it's
just
bad.
leaving.
Vince says, last I heard, they're going back to the Redskins. That is a constant rumor.
That's
I do not think
confirmed
they're going
yet.
to,
Yeah.
but they are now. Knock would know this better than we do because he hears about them on sports talk radio every morning.
Yeah.
They are thinking about renaming that team, though, right, Knock? Aren't they?
I think all avenues are open. I don't believe it until I see it.
I hope, but I'm like, yeah.
But anyway, let's see.
YouTube's been doing that a lot lately, so.
What is it? Removing stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. He says San Antonio is a cool spot, not because that's my city. Oh, you go, man. Go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, San Antonio's always been a cool.
Go. Leave, soul. We don't want that. Go.
I said I support the people catching and stopping the looter and fire starters. Yes, there are actual citizens that are letting the word be known that if you fuck around in our neighborhoods, we are armed and we will shoot you.
I've actually seen videos on X of people stopping these people.
Yeah, it's crazy what's going on out there, man. It really is.
I wanted to put in a comment for California about 2 years ago for San Diego Comic Con. I had a buddy said, "Dude, you got a free ride. Come over." I was like, "It's California. I'm not coming over." He was going to pay for everything.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, "No."
Well, look, let's just hope and pray they get these fires put out and they can start the road back to recovery because the first thing they're going to have to do is, I guess the biggest push right away is going to be to clear all of those foundations of those buildings so they can try and rebuild whoever wants to rebuild their places. I mean,
like I said,
that is a mess they're going to be facing, man. It really
like I
is.
said on some of the other things, the permit issue is going to be a huge problem.
Yeah, but that's for another show and another day.
Yeah.
Let's just keep our thoughts and prayers with them, so maybe they'll see their way through it.
And I want everybody to get their stuff fixed, cleaned up, be happy. Please,
it, man.
Be safe while you're over there, still, please.
One thing that's apparently not going to be fixed, boys and girls. It's TikTok. You TikTok addicts.
Yeah.
Sunday is going to be the death knell, it looks like.
It looks like they're trying to push it back 270 days. So
Yeah.
270 days. Where'd you hear that?
It's been floating around for the last couple hours.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, there was the rumor that Elon was going to buy it, but he came out and said, "I don't know."
He doesn't.
No, right now it's Mr. Beast trying to get it.
Mr. Beast.
Oh, jeez.
No, please.
Yep.
No.
Oh my
that
God.
just needs
Okay.
to go away.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is this: if nothing is done, Sunday it's kaput, and apparently it's not going to be like a small drawdown, or if you already have the app, it'll still work, kind of thing. It's going to be shut the fuck down, apparently. So, a lot of people have been moving to this little site called Red Note. Great social media migration, a sudden influx of users. U.S. users to Red Note connects Chinese and Americans like never before. I saw this, and Knock wanted me to touch on it. I don't know much about Red Note. I hear there's a lot of people moving over there, but they're gonna find out pretty quickly that, if you're one of those people that subscribes to the fact there's about 527 genders, you're going to be disappointed when you get over there. This is a Chinese app, and one of the terms of service is you have to believe in the Chinese Constitution, I believe, is one of them, and practice, I think, communist and Chinese beliefs. These are terms of service. It's just bizarre.
Now, let's be clear, folks. The people that are going over don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah,
they don't care. They literally, because there's a lot of other stipulations in there too. One, any and all content that's created on there can be used by the Chinese government or the Chinese party. So none of their content is theirs. There's no rights to anything, anything like that. Anyone trying to use their TikTok material over there, instant banned. Any kind of sexualizing is banned. Any kind of homophobic or gayness or whatever you want to. It's also banned. Like it
is. That culture is very straight-laced. It's just all there is to it.
And here's the thing. Women, I heard this, I was watching on X, you can't even show your shoulders on that website. You got to cover up. If you have a slight, crop top on, banned.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be a bigger influx into the YouTube space and the Rumble space and things like that. That's what I think is going to happen.
Anything but Meta.
Anything but Meta.
Everybody's going to go.
Well, even he's turned into something like X's community notes. The thought police are being pulled out of Facebook, according to.
Understand though, that's not helping his cause.
No, not.
Like it legitimately leaving Meta over him turning turncoat.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So he's like polishing the knob. They're like, hey,
I've been on Facebook forever because that's how I keep up with my family, but my daughter's not on it. She left it years ago. The younger generation isn't on there. It's Generation X that's on there and boomers. It's older folks.
I haven't been on my two.
Yeah, you guys made it uncool.
How
do we get these kids off of there? Let's join it too.
Yeah. So.
Well,
I just use it for the cons. It's where I get my con information from.
Look, it's great cons. For events and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Facebook's awesome for that.
That's all. That's literally all I have it for.
Yep. But most of my family's on there, so that's how I keep track of them. Most of these social medias, you guys know me. All I do is use them to promote my YouTube channel. That's about all I do. That and my art, my vending shows and stuff like that.
I got something for me. This goes with what we were talking about right here. This was from Red Note itself.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Red Note would have a guide.
Okay, well, you're either going to have to blow that up a little bit or read it yourself.
There.
Okay, better. All right. let's see. On Chinese internet, there are a few sensitive topics that you should avoid unless you are trying to start a fight or get banned. Here's a list.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
forgot
this
about
is
that
Geopolitical
one.
issue.
This isn't the full list either. These are just the
Xinjiang
basic
cotton.
things.
What the hell is that? LGBTQ. There it is. Number 3, boys and girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The blue hairs, they don't want you.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's yeah, you're gonna find out. Look, TikTok's been good for a lot of people for a while now, and it's it's a lot of people have tied their business to it and stuff like that. But if I think anybody that's been in this sphere for a while knows that there are always changes coming down the pike, and you have to be able to adapt and move on to something else. You have to be able to. So
Yeah.
you never know. I mean, I'm sure those people what was the one that got shut down for being too far right? It started with a P. It's not
I
Patreon.
was on it when it first started.
You know the one I'm
and they
talking about.
Yeah,
It was
I was on it and they just nuked it.
it was the whole reason why Trump actually made Truth Social was when that one got shut down. I can't remember the name of that one though. Let's see. Martin says, I am freaking tied as meta user because of my VR headset. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. What? Commies don't allow free speech? Who knew? Want to guess if you can mention Tiananmen Square?
Tiananmen Square? Yeah, I don't know.
Parlor.
Parlor.
That's it
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Vince,
the one.
Vince put it at the same time.
Yes,
I forgot
overnight
about that.
and the way they did it was they pulled their way to take payments for shit. They pulled the platform that they used for payments, and yeah, that was crazy.
And then it got blocked from the stores.
Yeah.
It's good to see you there, Kay. You're home from work.
Yeah, she just
Good
got
deal.
home.
Good to see it. Okay, but anyway, look, wherever you decide to go from TikTok, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of money involved in TikTok in the U.S. I tend to lean towards what Knox talking about down there. I got a feeling somebody's going to come in and save this somehow. There's too much money in.
I would just laugh if Elon bought it.
I'll be honest. I mean, honestly, I was ready to move on from TikTok myself. When it first came out, and this is unfortunate. This is the inevitable end of anything that goes by, any kind of platform that becomes more and more, involved in the lives of Americans. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Commercials, ads.
Yeah.
Just destroys it. It used to be you could scroll for hours and not see nothing. Just one video after another, nonstop. There were times where it would be like 3 hours later. And I was like, "What the fudge just happened?"
Yeah.
Now it's every single other video is an ad, something getting promoted, some kind of ad, content creators doing ads for whatever, and I'm like, dude, I'm ready to move on from this. I want to go back to just being able to scroll and so I'm waiting for the next thing now. I'm not doing the red note bullshit, but
no, you got to give
look.
over.
My wife watches Reels constantly on friggin' Facebook. She watches that like crazy. They're just little short videos, just like TikTok. And YouTube's got their shorts. I mean, every platform has something like this now. So, plus, you see plenty of short videos on X. I mean, they're all over the place on there. So. Yeah, they're going to end up in other places. So
X is a good.
The internet will overcome and adapt. It surely.
It always does.
It always does. Okay, next up, Squid Game 2 becomes Netflix's third most watched season ever after Squid Game 1 and Wednesday. So it's number 3 on the list now. And we started talking about this last week and our thoughts about the second season of it. And I know Knock wasn't happy with the cliffhanger ending.
I wasn't happy with it either.
I wasn't happy with waiting 3 years just for 7 episodes.
Right.
And how it ended, I was like, oh yeah, whatever.
If they had called the next one that's coming out this summer, see the second half of the second season, I could have kind of understood.
Yeah, actually, they're calling it season 3 though.
That's my point. That's my point, Joe. If they had said it was a continuation of season 2, how is that a season? That was a nothing season.
It was. I agree with him.
That was
well. Look, when I was younger, we're sitting here watching soap through from the beginning right now. There was 24 episodes of that every season. A lot of the network television shows, they went 20 plus episodes a season. These seasons on Netflix and stuff tend to be around 10 to 12. And I'm like, wow, these are short seasons for these shows, you know?
Plus,
now we got one that's 7.
Okay,
That's 12 on a good
yeah,
day.
because there's like $10 million per episode. Like, what the fuck are you guys spending these on? Fucking Egyptian
Comics
cotton?
Dad, what were you trying to say there, man?
Oh no, I was just saying, 12 episodes. You don't even really see that except for few and far between. It's mostly between 8 and 10
like 6
episodes
to 8.
nowadays.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and kind of like what Knock was saying, the budgets on these shows are just so outlandishly high that I mean they blow all the budget and they can't even put together a full season of anything. Even on cable. I know there's a show Mrs. Comics and I watch, Ghosts on CBS.
Yeah.
That show doesn't do more than I think 15 episodes in a season.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's not just
whoever does
streaming.
like the fashion on these shows, like they need to go away from that and start getting like these people that go to cons and do their freaking costumes with like $10 and a bag of paper clips.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I don't like, cause we didn't we do an article of Deadpool and Wolverine where that suit that he wears, that yellow and brown one when he's fighting the Hulk, didn't that one cost like 10 grand or 100 grand or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous. Like, this is what they're putting the budget on, all this crazy stuff. When you have inventive people out there, creative people that could make these sets for like a fraction of the price and look just as good.
Yeah. Well, look at old school Doctor Who and some of the later on episodes in the third and fourth Doctor. The sets were just made out were so grand and they barely cost anything.
Well, I think with all of these guys, especially with the disaster that's happened in Hollywood, I think we're going to see these, except for stuff like what Cameron's doing, guys that are cemented in these big budget movies. I think you're going to see these budgets start coming down on these shows. They really are because, I mean, they're going to have no choice. I mean, the box office is down. Less people are going to theaters. They're going to have to do something to they're either going to have to jack up ticket prices, or they're going to have, which is going to kill their business, or they're going to have to come down on what they're paying. It's just,
now that unfortunately all these people are losing stuff, they're going to be strapped for cash. It's not going to be like it was before, where all these 100 different unions in the entertainment industry can just name their price because they know these studios aren't going to really find anybody with the same level of craftsmanship as what they do. But so the unions are going to be less greedy now because all their union members are going to need the money now more than ever.
Yep, absolutely. That's true. But anyway, I just thought you would be interested in that, guys. That thing is number 3 now on Netflix history.
I want to make a point that He-Man and the Masters of the Universe in its first season had 60-some episodes, and that was a cartoon.
Yeah. I think Vince said something about that. He said Japanese have seasons that last for about 50 episodes.
Kamen Rider is awesome. They go about 50 to 60 episodes within
crazy,
that
man.
time frame. So does
I just know when I was younger, if you watch some of the older TV shows from the 70s, from beginning to end, their seasons are going to run on average 20 episodes. They're going to run every season is going to be about 10.
anything on TNT and USA. Any Law and Order season.
Yeah,
I don't know about these days, but back then they were 22 to 24 episodes.
Yeah, look what Martin said right there.
And MOTU,
Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe was made made on a shoestring budget. Yeah, that's the thing, man. We're seeing stuff that doesn't have that big a budget. That I mean, look, just the example everybody's bringing up is Godzilla -1. What was it, 2 years ago now? Not quite 2 years ago. It was around this time a year ago that it came out. And what was the budget on that? 11 million?
Something like that. Yeah, he said he wishes he had 15
unreal
million.
The special effects it had in it, and how great that story was, and the acting was, and everything in it. You don't have to spend all that money. You don't.
Now, me personally, I never finished the movie because I didn't vibe with the movie right?
Mhm.
I didn't vibe with the story.
But you weren't
it wasn't because of the production.
disappointed by the quality though, were you?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. No, and I still plan to go because I think after that I started going through all the Godzilla movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna work my way back up to that at some point. But
mention
speaking
his
of the
name.
devil,
He
he's
shall
here.
appear.
Godzilla.
Oh, he was waiting. He was literally
He was
waiting for us
waiting.
to talk about Godzilla.
Dude, he was waiting.
And then he shows up. Okay, all right, we get you, John. If you want to make John
creeped
appear,
into
just
the
start talking about Godzilla. All right.
We
got
were
it.
talking about. I brought up that Squid Game is number 3 on Netflix, top viewed shows of all time. The second season is third now, behind the first season and the first season of Wednesday. But we were talking about how Hollywood, with everything that's going to go on with all this disaster going on and everything, and the fact that we just got the report about the box office being down 11% from last year, that they're going to have to start, reining in these budgets, these ungodly budgets they're doing. And we brought up ya boy as the example of what you can do on a shoestring budget. And they were talking about Masters of the Universe too. In the
in the 80s. In the 80s, he had
yeah, man. How are you, John? Good to see you. And he's muted. Okay.
Oh yeah,
what is it with you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, guys. My Chiefs are playing this weekend, and they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and we're gonna shit rainbows, and it's gonna be amazing.
Unicorn's gonna come out of
we're
our
gonna
ass.
three-peat. First team ever to three-peat.
Stop it. Keep working on it.
He still can't talk. Anyway, don't care about my Chiefs. Anyways, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna win a 4-peat.
Vince says Masters of the Universe was cheap because
he can't defend himself.
They spend their money on rotoscoping real actors in costumes and just reused those clips over and over again. Yeah, they did that with the original Lord of the Rings stuff.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, and it was, look, for the time, it was great. We loved it. I went to see that several times in the theater.
Dude, I've been showing Masters Universe.
There you go.
No, he's back. All right, there we go.
Jealousy isn't a pretty color on you.
I
know. But yeah, John, what are your thoughts on this subject? We're talking about how they're doing less
budgeting.
Now. They're putting out less friggin' episodes, and they're costing more. And I
don't think we're getting bang for a buck either.
They're doing it backwards. They should be spending less and producing more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true.
Because
he comes in with the Reader's Digest version. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's just, they don't need to. First of all, special effects budgets are way out of whack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Marvel's the reason why, because of the way they treated digital effects artists.
Yeah.
Back when it was ILM and Lucasfilm, there were the costs were under control. But now it's ridiculous. Okay, Mark,
can we take his away from that?
Do I need to put Martin in the timeout?
Take that wrench away from him. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with 98, but.
John's not fine with 98. He's like,
I hate 98.
That's a lizard movie.
It doesn't exist. It's not.
But,
98 was the one with Jeff Goldblum, right?
Yeah.
Say what?
It was the one with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what?
And
if
P.
it
Diddy.
gets Jeff Goldblum back on my screen, I'm okay with it.
I still want to know what happened to those baby eggs.
Yeah, right. All those eggs. Oh my God, that was so horrible, dude.
Really considering they didn't have anything to fertilize them, they're just eggs.
Right.
Life finds a way, John. If we learned anything from Jurassic Park,
Jeff Goldblum, he speaks the truth.
They weren't genetically manipulated to change sex. Okay?
Life finds a way, John.
Yeah, life finds
you're
a
talking
way to
about you're talking about a ridiculously big lizard, and you're talking to us about the scientific about it. Like, come on.
Wait.
What is the phrase? There's a side of disbelief that you kind of have to put aside when you're accepting the terms of a movie.
There's only so far I can go with that movie.
Yeah, and baby eggs of a Godzilla.
Vince says giant omelets. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
This next movie, life finds a way because humans turn into dinosaurs now. Fuck that movie.
Apparently Hulk's a kaiju now.
Hulk is a kaiju? What the
Yeah,
heck?
on one of the episodes of this season's What If, because I've been watching him while I walk.
Okay.
He turns himself into a giant kaiju.
Oh, I saw that. That was actually a decent episode.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
At first, he splits his Hulk person. He splits. Yeah. He tries to destroy his Hulk personality. He ends up splitting it into this monster.
And then they had these animated robotic Robotech things that they started like beating them down with, and I was like, "This."
Yeah, you know that Avengers Mech Strike comic or toys.
Yeah, that was awesome.
In the comic, that's what it's based on.
Okay, I didn't know that because I
Okay, that's different.
But no, he turned himself into. He's got the tail. He's got the back spikes. He's Godzilla with Banner with Hulk's face. That's basically what he turns into.
Wow. Yeah, that's basically what he was.
He even has gamma breath.
Yeah.
Gamma breath.
And they redid the Hulk versus Godzilla fight in the show too.
No, not really.
All right, boys and girls, let's move on to the next one here. I gotta bring up my little trick box real quick. Because our good friend Jed has something he wants us to look at.
Who disappeared?
I
don't think he wanted us to see it.
And I guess he doesn't want to see it. What a deal.
He changed his mind.
I guess.
Well, we'll put it on in the background and just talk about it. This is from a tweet that he had me bookmark last night. Hang on, pull it up real quick. This is a video game that he's hyped about, and there he is. He's back.
Yeah, for some reason it kicked me. I didn't touch it.
Yep. But it's been happening, man. It happened last night to somebody. Who was it got thrown out last night by? I think it was deleted scenes got booted for some damn reason, for no damn reason. But tell us about this, man. The tweet is from Dawn Walker. Says things will be different now for all of you.
Yeah,
Dawn Walker.
That was a reference to CD Projekt Red. That right there.
Oh, okay.
So there are a bunch of devs from CD Projekt Red split off and made a whole new studio.
Okay.
And they're making a brand new game that's coming out, and it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. Well, I'm going to, while we talk about it, I'm going to put this thing's 4 minutes long. We're not going to watch this whole thing, but I'm going to put the video on behind us real quick.
Was this the group of developers that split off when CD Projekt Red
went woke? Yeah.
Well, before they officially went woke, when they were putting out their hints that they're going woke.
Yeah. And these are the developers that busted off and made their own studio. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just going to put it on so we can look at some of this. It's cinematic. Bandai Namco.
Okay. Pause it. First part is cinematic. The last 15 to 10 seconds is gameplay.
So. Okay. All right. Well, like I said,
so they basically said
let it play in the background while we're talking. So
yeah.
Somewhere in the Carpathians?
Yeah, dude, it's in Carpathia, man. I was like, yes.
So we've got vampires.
Yeah.
Apparently so. The thumbnail for it, you didn't see it on that tweet, but the thumbnail for it looks kind of like Nosferatu without the ears. The character that's showing there.
Pretty much.
But, this looks pretty, but you said there's some gameplay at the end of it?
Yeah, it's like the last maybe 15 to 20 seconds.
15 to 20 seconds?
But
it's like alpha footage from their internal team. They were testing on it or something probably.
Yeah.
It looked good, so they threw it in at the end.
Yeah.
And then
Comics Dad, you talk like you're a gamer, my brother.
Yeah. Although my name is Comics Dad, I like my comics, but I've been on the games for as long as I can remember, whether it was handheld consoles, not so much PC. Getting into that later this year.
You'll fit right in here. Then we talk video games all the time, man.
Oh yeah, I don't just talk pop culture. I talk video games as well. So
I hear you. But yeah, let me go ahead and zip to the end of this. It looks pretty. That's cool. I mean,
wait. You're coming up to the good part right here.
Okay, all right.
Really good part.
Let's see what's happening here.
You gotta let them do this, and there was
Mhm.
some accurate stuff where the guy puts the thing up to his mouth because they did that back in the day.
Whoa!
Yes,
Oops.
we're getting to the good part now.
Oh boy! Oh
Oh.
shit! Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the guy I saw on the thumbnail. Whoops!
Yeah,
Man, I've
Whoopsie.
never seen a more accurate
He's like-
vampire. This is
Oh
so
no,
accurate to
that's
what they
not
do.
good. That's not good for him.
oh, I was like, yeah.
What is this guy doing? Oh,
Oh,
we got a
man, that-
vampire knight. Looks like.
Yeah, he looks like a knight from the Crusades too.
That
Is this a
blood
whole
looks
team
so
of
accurate.
vampires and witches and shit?
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
she just blows
It
him
does
up
like
and he
blood
turns to
magic.
dust.
It's wild.
This looks like an incredible mobile game. That's
Yeah.
all.
An incredible mobile game.
And then, so he's like, he had this like, help my sister, because she's dying. So he goes up and watch this. He's like, please, will you help her? And like,
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
Like-
let's go ahead and zip to the
And,
gameplay.
and this
real
is how
quick.
Interview with a Vampire started.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
basically,
Let's see if we can get to the
right here,
gameplay.
right here is where it starts.
Okay.
Now still doesn't start.
And he became a vampire too. So
No,
That's gameplay? Oh,
that's
shit.
gameplay.
Look at
that's
that.
not gameplay. That is not gameplay.
That's gameplay.
It looks like it's
That
some
might be
alpha,
gameplay
some
right
possible alpha
Yeah.
footage.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely.
And
yeah, that's
also, of
definitely
course, they're
pretty
going to
low.
clean it up to make it look nice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can't wait for this to come out, dude.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah.
The Blood of Dawnwalker. This is an original story, I take it?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, man. It says summer of 2025.
Oh,
Oh, it
my
says
game is coming
gameplay
out.
reveal 20.
Yeah, it's
summer of
going to be in
25.
summer.
So we're not getting this for a while, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be
Alright.
this summer. So
My guess would be
Okay.
probably early 26
yeah.
if they're
Yeah.
putting out gameplay footage in summer of 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now my game's coming out in 2 days. So
Which one?
Dynasty Warriors Origins coming.
Oh,
out in
yeah,
2 days.
yeah.
There you go. Same here.
I-
That's actually
I
going
got
to be
a
my
4-day
next.
weekend coming up, and it's going to be football and that going on. So
Did you, Comics Dad, did you download the demo of that and try it out?
I did, and the for whoever's familiar with Dynasty Warriors, knock you obviously are.
Absolutely.
Lu Bu was beating the ever living hell out of me. At
I
the
can
end
only
of the
beat him on
demo
easy.
there.
I can only,
Yeah.
I think if I stayed with it, I could beat him on normal. I just don't have that kind of patience. The game was fun. It's a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
And I just saw some gameplay on the TikTok
Mhm.
earlier, and because some people are already playing it and streaming it. It has kind of like the overview map where you're like, and I watched him like go, like it's got the big map of China, and then he's like on a horse, like going in between like the towns, but he's like a bigger version of himself on the map, kind of thing, kind of like I don't know what games where it's got like the city view of maps, so you're like
But
a
it's
very
almost like
large
a board
version
game
of
element,
yourself.
it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it shows him navigating the China on a big horse, and then he goes on goes to a dock, and then he's in a boat, and then the boat goes along the water. So it looks like you can kind of do a little bit of traveling in the game too. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. After I got one more stream I gotta do, I'm finishing up a playthrough of Titanfall 2, and then I'm hopping right into that as soon as I'm done. So
Yeah,
I
I'll
look
pick it
forward
up
to
Friday on the way home, and then let it update and all that good stuff, and then get as much in as I can before John's show.
Yeah.
I'm going to be extending that whole show
Really?
through both games, and I've got several DLC size mods to go after I get done with Tale of Two Wastelands.
Really?
Does it
Wow.
work though?
Yes,
I was,
it works.
I was going to say,
Wait,
how
are
many
we gonna play
episodes are
GTA
now
again?
GTA backed up on
This
on
is
it
yeah.
there?
this is a tall tale you're going right now. Here, John.
No,
That's,
no, I've been doing extensive testing after and every time I made an adjustment, I tested it. I
Hey,
went
that
through doors.
that
I
GTA 3
fast
filter was
traveled.
fun though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the crap out
Although
of that
John can't drive in GTA.
one. He can't drive at all. But he got the
can.
Banshee.
He's just got to have the controller.
He
I didn't have that in my hand.
he got the Banshee and he saved it, and that's all that matters.
Martin says he's looking forward to Exodus, Subnautica 2, and Dune.
Yeah, none on my list.
So everybody, there's games everybody's looking forward
Yeah,
to. I know
some-
Jed's high on something that the No Man's Sky crew is coming out with, right?
Light No Fire.
Mhm.
Light No Fire. Yeah.
And then in
that one right there.
February is Kingdom Comes Deliverance 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know
Oh.
what?
Forward to that one.
Oh.
Civilization 7.
I know something that all of us can agree on, and that's
Kitties.
the sweetheart of the show. And we, of course, have to check in on her.
How do you want me to handle the Sydney issue?
The Sydney issue?
Well, we should have a consensus on how the White House is going to handle it.
Well, I certainly hope the Sydney issue refers in some way to a problem that we're having with Australia, because if it's anything other than that,
Mr. President, Ms.
Sweeney?
Good to see you.
have her come in, please. I am finished here.
Yes, sir.
There is no Sydney issue.
Yep, we got to check on the girlfriend of the show, Sydney Sweeney. Unfortunately, guys, nothing new on Instagram this week. No new pictures, but a couple of news stories.
Working on something,
Couple of news
so.
stories. Let's see. The first one being, I thought she was off the market, but there's a lot of rumors going on around this chick. Sydney Sweeney trolled for stepping out with co-star Brandon Skellner, I guess is how you say his name. I saw him. If you haven't watched it yet, he's in the spinoff of Yellowstone called 1923. He's the young son that's been in Africa that's on his way back to the U.S. to help out with the range war. But anyway,
looking forward to that season when it starts.
Yeah,
Next month?
for sure. It starts, I think, next month, right? In February?
Yeah.
And anyway, after playing into Glenn Powell dating rumors, she must be single again, apparently.
Actually, her and Glenn Powell are really good friends, so I would expect something to happen at some point.
But anyway, she was seen out with this dude. So wasn't she supposed to be dating a restaurateur or something like that?
Yes, she was.
This is very strange. What's going on here?
She's what,
But
in her
anyway,
20s?
the other story I got was Sydney Sweeney has apparently become the official sweetheart of a Miami fraternity. Now,
What is a good one?
These guys, these fraternities, they pick a sweetheart for their fraternity. It's usually somebody that goes to college, the college with them. But and she has nothing to do with Miami University. She went to UCLA for a little while, and she's from Washington, right? And raised in Idaho. But Miami's Theta Chi Instagram says the fraternity announced that the popular Anyone But You actress has become the chapter's sweetheart. And, you would think that, they'd just be doing this as a joke or something like that. But she actually responded to him in a tweet and said, my favorite group of guys, see you soon. So she's actually paying attention to you guys out there. Thought that was pretty neat of her to do for those guys out there at the University of Miami. So you could do worse as a sweetheart for your fraternity. I
agree with Vince. Just because they're seen together doesn't mean they're dating.
Yeah, I hear you. We'll check out the chat real quick before we move on.
They showed the Dr. Squatch.
I thought she was engaged. I thought she was engaged too. It's really strange. I'm going to have to look into this some more, guys. I will find out for you. Maybe they're not engaged anymore.
Look,
I knew a guy who was big into animal husbandry until they caught him at it one day. God, Tim, your mind is in the gutter 24/7. Vince says just because they are being seen together doesn't mean they are dating. Always the Hollywood rumor mill. Yes, that they are always, and these people are always shipping somebody with somebody else. It's ridiculous. But that's the Sweeney spot for this week. Sorry, guys, no new pictures from Instagram. So that's just the way it is. There's one more thing that we wanted to look at. Our good friend Jed put it in the private chat for us. Let's see. Let me grab this. This is going to be good news for some and not such good news for others.
Yeah.
But let's go and throw this up here.
But it's pop culture, so,
Oh, yeah, it is. This is pop culture, no doubt. These two movies are definitely pop culture related. no doubt about it. There's apparently remakes in the works of a new Gremlins movie and a new Goonies movie, according to
They
what
have
is CBR? I
we've-
can't remember what that stands for. I think it's comic book something. I don't know.
Comic
what
book
it is.
resources.
There
it
it
was
is.
the
Yeah.
best place I could find the story.
Yeah.
So I will believe it when I actually see
Me
it
too.
on screen, because they've been saying that they're going to make a new Goonies and they're going to make a new Gremlins movie for the past 15, 20 years.
Both of them are owned by Warner Brothers, by the way, guys. That's,
Yeah.
that's the Max crew. So
After Gremlins 2 came out, they said they were rushing into production of Gremlins 3, and it never happened.
never happened. Yeah.
Never happened. And then the Goonies thing, that's been around for like 15 years too.
Yep.
So
Vince talking about Sydney says we accept older pictures too.
I will.
That's why I put a link into it every time for the pictures.
I will find some new pictures for y'all next week.
Right.
Okay.
And he says, just like a new Blade movie. Yeah, there's only ever
Yeah.
going to be one Blade. Don't you know? But yeah, do I want another Gremlins movie?
After the second one, I mean, come on.
My fear is they'd CGI the Gremlins. That would suck.
Yeah, that would.
That would completely suck. You know,
I don't want a new Gremlins movie. I think they've encapsulated what they could do with Gremlins completely.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But you know what? I would not be adverse to a legacy sequel of Goonies, though.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
With Kike Kwan, bring everybody back.
Yeah.
Sean Astin.
Yeah.
You have to bring the whole original cast back.
Most of the Goonies are going to be at one of the cons I'm going to.
And then
really?
Yep.
Then
you need to talk to him about it. Knock, get firsthand.
Yeah.
You
Hey, anything
know what
on
the
that
smart
Goonies
thing
movie?
to do would
I'm
be?
I'm sure there will be a panel. For them.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a panel.
I'm going to show you the smart thing would be they all grew up. They have kids in their own, and they go on an adventure with the kids.
Right.
That would be the perfect thing.
Right, and they're
again.
Well, that's really the only thing they could do is just
Yeah.
somehow get their kids involved. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just the adults going on an adventure, it's not much of a family friendly story at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to save the Goondocks from Black Rock.
Right. They got to save the neighborhood again. Right. What's up? But yeah. Martin brings up a good point. Gremlins for modern audiences. Yay. All the right, Martin. All the Gremlins that are dressed up as girls are going to be saying "ma'am," right? It's ma'am. It's ma'am. $100 says that somehow they all have daughters. That's funny.
I'd rather that than them having sons that think they're daughters.
Right, exactly. Soul Assassin says Goonies never misgendered pronouns. That's it. Yeah, gotcha. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I could see a legacy sequel for Goonies. I don't need any more Gremlins.
No, we don't.
They've done everything they can do with Gremlins.
And especially that stupid cartoon they came out with last year or two. That was stupid.
What cartoon are you talking about?
It was on Warner Brothers. It was stupid. They went back.
Which property, buddy? We're talking about Gremlins.
It was the Gremlins. It was Gizmo, and they talked about Gizmo back, and like apparently Gizmo is older than we all think he is, and it was just ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Gizmo could make a comeback.
Yeah.
Here's just one thought. What are the odds that we either get A, a Sloth return, or B, the premiere of Sloth Jr.?
Well,
since he's
get
passed
the original
away.
actor, he died shortly after that movie came out.
Oh, of course, but either we get. I mean, obviously, it would have to be somebody else playing Sloth, but whether it's Sloth or Sloth Jr. would probably be the way they go. There has to be some sort of nod to Sloth because the Goonies is not the Goonies without him making some kind of an appearance in it.
Oh,
yeah, but see, they wouldn't put Sloth in because it's too politically correct. You got to keep him out.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Well, if it's I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a shift in Hollywood, you might.
Oh, I know, bro.
I was
might-
just gonna go down
You
that
might
path.
open the door to having a little hope that they might.
Oh,
have
I
something
do.
to
That's
you know?
what the Superman movie is,
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. You know, it's time to stop taking the black pills. I think we can.
Yeah. Let's
Start
see.
taking the white
Soul
pills.
Assassin says maybe a Gremlin prequel with a young Japanese guy set in World War II, like the old man that
Okay.
has the Gremlin to begin with.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
not bad.
Ooh.
That's
That's
not a
not that
bad
bad.
idea.
That's
Soul
no.
Assassin, that's
hey,
good,
sta-
man.
hey, stop
Workaround.
it, Soul Assassin. Stop
Right?
it, Soul Assassin. You're making
Look,
you're
good,
making
dude.
original ideas here. We can't have
That's
that.
pretty
All right,
decent,
this is
bro.
not a safe space for original. And save that for Casa Sucre.
I
There
have
you go.
not
There
called the
you go.
meeting of the Mojo Dojo Casa
That's
House
right. We
production
had not
company
called it yet.
All right, we are not doing that yet. Damn it.
Hey, you guys!
I do like that idea, though. I think
It
that's a
is
fantastic
fantastic.
idea.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Dude, that's awesome.
Hey, you guys and gals don't have the same ring to it. Yeah, exactly.
And Soul,
Hey, you guys.
hey, Soul, they kind of turn it a little bit into IP Man and shit. Like,
Okay.
John Wick.
That's it for the pop culture update. Now we do have a new trailer to look at. I
Is
gotta
it poppy enough?
do my due diligence here and get everything set.
Oh,
Uh,
Comic
Is this
Stat
a
needs
really
to go.
brutal trailer?
Oh, does he? Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah,
hoping to get your
yep.
thoughts on this. You're the comic book guy, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, if it's only going to be
Yeah.
a few more minutes, I can spare the
Okay,
time.
we're just
Oh,
we're just gonna
okay,
go
I
through
definitely
this.
got time for that.
It's
Hey, I got time for this.
No, never mind. Sorry. See you, comics. See you later,
It's
buddy.
okay.
Oh, well, shucks, I guess I gotta get going. Oh, sorry.
but
No,
yeah.
I definitely got time for this. I've been
I
wanting to talk
haven't
about
seen
this
this
with somebody
yet,
all
so
day.
this is my first reaction to the
I haven't seen it either. So
Daredevil Born Again trailer.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it, shall we?
Thank you for finding the time. I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again.
What
Joe,
the
you know
hell,
he's a
man?
politician
That's almost
because-
like that scene from Heat, where Pacino is across from De Niro, right?
And Joe, you know he's a politician because he has a pin on his jacket there.
Did he have a flag pin on?
He has a flag pin
mayor,
on.
he's mayor of New York now.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
not the king.
Just comic book accurate.
I'm just saying that I didn't want to spoil the trailer there, Jed. But you know
All
he's a
I know is
politician.
this.
Yeah, it was everywhere. It already got put out everywhere.
Well, I
Joe,
didn't
Joe
know
hasn't
it
seen
yet.
it yet.
So
Joe hasn't
stop.
seen it.
Just shush for a second, okay? Let me say something here. I can tell you this: I have hope for the show because they
Yeah.
totally trashed what they were planning on doing, and they brought back just about everybody from the Netflix universe for this. So, I am 100% down with this. If they're going to stick with the brutal, bloody, grounded, superhero stuff.
Wait
Yeah.
till you see
Let's
it. Yeah,
continue.
just watch.
A lot of time has passed. By the look of it, you've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
A mayor serves his city.
That's not good for him.
I
That's
can't
not
wait to
good
meet
for
this
him at
guy.
all.
I'm gonna get to meet this guy in a few months. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh man, Vincent D'Onofrio. 'Cause we had this discussion in the chat, or in one of our threads that we talked to each other on our phones. He said that he remembered him from Law and Order, and everything, and I was like, dude,
That's just where I first
he's
saw him.
always going to be Private Pile to me, man.
Well, I did see that movie, but I was watching. That was after I'd seen Law and Order.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I didn't recognize him from Men in Black.
He's a great actor, though.
He's all
John,
over
what
the
was the name of that movie he made way back in the day? My Bodyguard. Wasn't he the big
Yep.
guy that was helping the kid out in high school when he was getting beat up?
No, that was.
Oh
that was
no,
Adam
that's
Baldwin.
the guy. Yeah,
It's Adam Baldwin.
Yeah, that's Adam Baldwin. I got him confused. But
That was old.
yeah, let's continue with this.
I can see you're not entirely convinced.
Can you blame me? I can't shake the feeling that you're gaming the system.
Why did you stop being a vigilante?
The line was crossed.
Line was crossed. What line?
Yeah, bro, this could
Uh-oh.
be so good. Surprise.
It's hard to come to terms with the violent nature. Hating the power it has over us.
The city can't go unchecked.
Oh no, we've got Squid Game gangsters. What's going on there? That's wild looking. It's never done.
Sometimes
No.
peace needs to be broken. Chaos must reign.
Oh!
I'm putting the hatchet down.
Oh shit! Frank Castle's
boy.
gonna be in this motherfucker.
Yeah, boy.
Oh
Yes, he is.
man, nice.
Let's
Nice.
go.
You know I love this guy. Oh,
I love him
yes.
as Punisher, dude.
I was raised to believe in grace. I
Dude.
was also raised.
Oh!
Comics, did you see that one guy?
Wow, man, that looks badass, dude.
It's
Wow.
brutal.
Disney,
Hang on,
what are
let
we
me
doing
finish
here?
up.
Disney, this isn't Little Mermaid. What's going on here?
March 4th.
This isn't where I parked my car. What
This
are we
isn't
doing
where-
By
here?
the way, the guy putting on the white mask is White Tiger.
Yeah,
White
I
Tiger?
I was
White Tiger,
just
man.
gonna chime in for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read that somewhere, but I don't know who the hell Red Tiger
Hang on,
is. So.
real quick. Comics Dad, fill us in. Who is White Tiger?
So I don't know too much about the character, but I've seen him in, like, I know they put a female version of it in a Marvel show a few years back. Like, I don't know too much about the character itself, but I recognize the character.
Yeah.
Well, that's
John,
White
you know
Tiger
who it
too.
is?
Jump in and
That's
say.
White Tiger too that they put in the card.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
White Tiger is a mercenary that he has a the original character had a totem, if I remember right, that gave him cat-like abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Vince says the trailer isn't bad, but a reserved judgment or punishment. Yes. Well, hey, Disney has earned your mistrust. I understand that, but the fact that they have, I think they have directors and stuff from the Netflix series too involved in this. So I think one of the writers is too. So. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Really, I am, because look, as far as I'm concerned, the best Marvel television up until Netflix showed up was probably the Incredible Hulk in the 70s. Was probably the best series they ever made. But that fucking Daredevil first 2 seasons was just some of the best superhero stuff ever. And I loved the introduction of the Punisher. That scene on the roof where he looks at Daredevil and tells him he's a half measure. I mean, it's just so damn awesome, man. I love the Punisher. And I love the actor.
That looked like the male White Tiger, not the female one, too.
Yeah, it's probably a guy.
That's White Tiger 1.
Let's see. He was in Full Metal Jacket, I think. Yeah, that's why I said Private Pile. He'll always be Private Pile to me. He's the guy that kills his drill
Deadshot
sergeant.
was in there too.
Huh?
Deadshot was in there.
Deadshot was shown in there. I'd have to go back. That's the first time I've seen it, so I'd have to go frame by frame to see some stuff. But
Bullseye.
Bullseye, yeah.
Not Deadshot, Bullseye.
Yeah,
Deadshot's
sorry.
DC.
I had in
they
mind.
showed Bullseye in there.
Bullseye was in there. Yeah.
I'm not sure that's Bullseye.
Okay.
I'll have to go back
Let's
and
see.
watch
Vincent D'Onofrio is a worthy successor to Larry Drake, the bad guy from Darkman. No doubt, man.
Who was
no
also
doubt.
in Law and Order.
Yeah.
Not Law and Order. No, he was in LA Law. Never mind.
Yeah, he was in LA Law. The main problem with trailers are they are done by a completely different company. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about how they make the trailers. I really don't. I didn't know it was made by a different company.
So if that footage exists, there's a good chance we'll get that.
But while we're on the subject, Comics Dad, do you still need to go, man?
In like another minute or two, I'll speak my piece on this, and then I'll
I'll
get
give us your thoughts on the trailer. First time seeing it, what do you think?
And then get out of here.
Yeah. I don't want to be here anymore. You guys mean.
We'll take my comic and go home.
You will respect my authority. I'm taking
my boogie.
Don't even get me started on my Cartman. I'll be here all night using that voice.
All right, now comics. You're going to need to give us more Cartman next time you're on. So
that's right.
Before
next time, definitely.
Go ahead.
But I actually watched this for the first time earlier today, and it had me very cautiously optimistic and hopeful. Not necessarily for Marvel Studios as a whole, but at the very least for what it means for Daredevil within the MCU moving forward. Because they've brought back the original cast. They've brought back people involved on the opposite side of the camera. and it doesn't look like it's a safe PG-13 or TV-14, whatever the rating system is for it, type of show. It looks like we're going to be getting more of the same of what we were getting on Netflix, and it's great.
Yes.
But
comics are you saying they're learning from Deadpool and Wolverine or something?
No, they're not.
No,
they absolutely are not. What they're doing is they're paying the people that know what they're doing to come back and do what they do best. That's what they're doing.
Okay, makes sense.
But
yeah, it's exciting. But
cautiously optimistic.
It seems to be the same everywhere I've been looking all day. Between other streams I watched earlier today and on the various social media platforms and stuff, everybody is kind of holding their breath and waiting to see what happens.
Yep.
Well, when I sit there and watch a trailer and I'm going, "Ooh, that must have hurt," I'm down with it, man. That's what I loved about the Netflix one, man. It was grounded. There was high stakes almost every episode, and oh man, just the action curious. Was off the chain. Who will ever forget? And it's always, Hollywood is always picking and choosing stuff from foreign movies that they dig. I think it was a Russian movie. Did a big fight scene. What was it? A Russian movie or
nope? It's a Korean movie called Old Guy.
Yeah. Okay. They had a long fight scene in a hallway. It was a one-shot fight scene, and they did the same thing. I think it was like in the 3rd or 4th episode of Daredevil, and it was so damn awesome, man.
That was like the best.
My favorite part of all of it was the roof scene between him and the Punisher. I just thought it was too damn awesome. I really did. But then again, I'm an old Spider-Man guy, so I've got a special place in my heart for the Punisher. He was first shown in Spider-Man 129. So
I am a little curious of whether or not I'm going to need to go see or go ahead and watch Echo all the way through or not.
Oh God, let's
I couldn't. I gave up a couple episodes in, and I just couldn't do it.
I think you'll be fine. Hard pass on that.
Yeah, right.
I tried. I did try, and it just I just couldn't get into it.
He says the trailer for Scream, for example, made one believe Drew Barrymore had a big part in the movie. Well, that's not new. They did that before with Psycho back in the day. Okay, so that's not new. Go ahead, John.
The difference is this is enough varied footage that you're like, okay, well, this is a different scene. This is a different scene. This is a different scene. That Drew Barrymore from Scream was all one scene, and you could tell it was all part of the same scene.
Mm-hmm. Well, Comics Dad, I want to thank you for being here, man. Is there anything you want to push before you get out of here, buddy?
Nothing in particular I have coming up. Just I guess the channel in general. The channel is called Comics Dad. It started out just being I have a series called Comics Read Along, where for the last few weeks I've been dropping a video a week of me just reading an issue of a comic book. Hopefully people enjoy it, and it encourages them to go out and support their local comic shops and maybe get back into comic books and everything. But I also shortly after I launched the channel and started doing that series, I started doing gaming streams as well. So you'll be able to catch me doing a couple of gaming streams a week, and also just keep an eye out on the channel for more comics read along videos. And then over the next couple of months, I have plans for a couple more things I'm going to be adding to the channel. So keep an eye out. You can follow me on X. And also you can, if you go to the channel and subscribe, I post notifications on the channel too.
And you will also see comics on the Archivist too.
Oh, yes, I will.
And also be careful when searching them up. Sorry, Comics, I didn't mean to cut you off. Be careful when looking them up on YouTube, because when I was putting in Comics Dad, it also came up with Comics Daddy, and I don't think that's the one you want.
No, definitely not.
Just a warning out there. It came
Comics
up under
Dad,
like
all one word. Vince has already got the link in the chat for you guys. Comics, thanks for being here, dude. It's always good to talk to you. You're welcome every Wednesday. We do it every Wednesday, so you come back anytime you want to, buddy. And
I absolutely will. Thanks a lot, Joe. Jed, good seeing you, buddy. Knock, John, nice meeting you, fellas. Y'all have a good rest of your night.
All right, thanks a lot, buddy.
Come on back, you hear?
Y'all come back now. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so I'm excited for that, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to half-ass the way I feel about things. You heard my reaction to it. I'm down. If they're going to do the Netflix thing, I don't give a shit if it's got a Disney tag on it. I'm down. Because that's some of the best. That's the best Marvel's ever done on television. Was the first 2 seasons of Daredevil, if you ask me. The third one was kind of, the crossover with the Defenders was kind of cool, but wasn't really into Iron Fist. It was more like Iron Puss.
Yeah.
Power Man was okay. Luke Cage was okay.
I
But my
like the Luke
favorite other
Cage.
one was the chick. What was her name again?
Jessica Jones. I don't
Jessica
like
Jones. Love that fucking shit.
I kind of got over her really. I got over her pretty quickly because it turned into every other episode of her getting smashed by Luke Cage, and I didn't need to see that.
Dude, I loved Mike as Luke Cage. He was.
I will say though, I think for me, my favorite Marvel show recently was the first couple seasons of Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield, yeah, that was good.
Especially when it crossed over with the movies. I thought that was really cool.
They lost me when they did, and it's not because of what they did with Ghost Rider, but when they did the Ghost Rider episodes with the car, it just wasn't.
That's about the time I stopped watching. Yeah, once they got into the Ghost Rider thing,
that's the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. So that's accurate.
He kind of fell off at that point.
I know it's accurate. It's just
then they tried to change it into like the Inhumans, and then the Inhumans are supposed to turn into mutants, and then it became really weird. And I never watched the Defenders or whatever what came out after that or whatever
Eternals.
It was. Was that Internals?
The Inhumans.
The Inhumans.
The Inhuman series was after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. I didn't watch it, so I fell apart. But it was peak when the peak of that show for me was when after. I forget what movie. Joe, you'll know. It's when Hydra comes out. One of the Captain America movies. It found out that Hydra has infiltrated. After that show, and then that could. Oh my! If you want to talk about a changing point in a TV show, like it did a complete 180 because of that movie, and I thought it was pretty cool. Because of that, whatever storyline they were doing was like drop it now. Shit just broke loose. And the show went along with it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yep. Yeah.
Or they're like sitting there cleaning up shit. Okay, because for me it was always like this is the backdrop of the movies, right? And it was like because after the first Thor movie, they're like cleaning stuff up, right? They're cleaning the after actions of the movies. And,
they were damage control.
They were damage control.
Yeah,
and I love that. I loved seeing this is the small stuff. This is the stuff you don't have time for in movies, right? So that's why I liked it, anyways. And then it fell off. So plus, I had one of the hottest chicks starting it.
Oh my God, the girl right there. That's a bad picture of her. That's obviously
that's
in
a really
one of the 1920s throwbacks episode or something. But
dude, that was when they went back in time.
Chloe
there we
Bennett.
go. There's our sweetheart right there.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Chloe Bennett is one of the most gorgeous women on the planet, man. Woof. Yikes. I love that chick. She's awesome.
She was the main reason to watch the show.
Yeah,
for me.
she was.
Absolutely.
But I liked all the characters. I liked the two scientists were really cool. And then and then what happened to the dude and with his brain damage, that was wicked. But
didn't they have an entire season of like the Matrix where they were all
and it was
into a computer program or something?
Yeah.
Oh, really? And that must have been later on. I don't remember that.
Dude, that was an awesome season.
Sorry,
it was good. It was probably the last good season they had.
The best character in that show is Coulson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coulson.
And he's going to be at one of the Colt is the which one's Colt? I forget who Colt is.
Greg Clark or Clark Gregg.
They need to bring Coulson back in the Marvel.
Oh, Colton. Okay, yeah,
Coulson's
that's the
Coulson, the main character.
Coulson. Okay, I was confused. But
the cavalry man is badass.
Yeah.
Ming Na Wen, dude.
Yeah.
Both of them are going to be at the cons. Oh, if Ming Na Wen doesn't cancel this time, she did.
You're going to be spending a lot of money, buddy.
Yeah, I am. I did last year, and I fully prepared.
I didn't mind Brett Dalton. We all wanted to kill him. Right, but I didn't mind him. It was a great character.
Yeah, I thought he was great. I thought his turnaround was awesome.
I wasn't a big fan of Yo-Yo.
Yeah. Yo-Yo was cool. I liked Mac. Mac was awesome too.
But it was a good show. I liked it.
I dug
because
it. When it first came out, I really dug it.
To what Knock was saying, it supported the movies. You know, you always had
that was my favorite part of it.
With there was one character from the Thor movie. It was the female warrior that showed up on one episode,
Sven
right?
Or whatever. Steph. Yeah.
It was
Sif. 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 Yeah.
Not. Did you see the space station season?
Yeah, see, I
Were they
quit in the
like
middle of that
Earth?
one, man.
I
quit
think
in
the
middle of
last
that.
thing I kind of remember was her dad trying to save her from that weird sanctuary place for the
Oh,
Inhumans.
that's really
Jekyll and
early
Hyde.
on.
And I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't even
Mr.
remember
Hyde.
what
I
happened
definitely
from
watched
that.
it past what you did, bud. 'Cause,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really early on, dude. Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
I don't think I made
I-
it past like season 4 or 5, something like that.
I like when they went to the future and there was that alternate future where Earth was half destroyed. And
Yeah, see, I
that was
definitely
awesome.
didn't see
That's
that.
when I
So-
quit watching it. When
like
they
that.
had her in the battle realm where she was fighting people all the time, and I was like,
Yeah, I definitely. I think it was closer to the time where they brought in like the Inhumans or whatever, and that became more prevalent in the storyline.
"Oh, Martin had to leave us. His
Yeah.
planet needs him." Okay, Martin, take care of yourself,
Good
brother.
work.
Good to see you. And Vince got that right. It was Sif. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, I adored that show, man.
And what
but
did you
I
used
still
to say?
think
It was
I
like
still put
Tahiti.
if you Tahiti, right? Yeah.
It's a
It's a great
The
wonderful
place.
place.
show lasted
place.
almost
Wonderful place.
10 years, dude.
But I still put Daredevil above this one, and definitely I
can
also
see
put
that.
the 70s Incredible Hulk. If you've never watched the
I never
70s
watched
Incredible Hulk, buddy, you should check it out sometime. It was a good show. It really was. It was the first successful comic book television show, really. Most of them only went for like maybe a season or half a season, and they'd get canceled.
Remember
it was about the time
Spider-Man?
that the Hulk came out. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Wonder Woman was probably the first successful one.
Wonder Woman was 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 2
Wonder
seasons.
Woman was on for a couple of seasons, I think.
2 seasons.
Pretty sure.
I think it was 2 or 3.
Let's see.
And then when
only
Spider-Man
If
there
only
was a
there were a way I
database.
could find it out.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh no, it had a third season.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't remember the third season.
Here it is. Linda Carter, 4 seasons. 4 seasons it did. 4 years it was
Oh,
on there.
4?
Yeah.
Well,
I
there's
thought it
only
was
3
3.
seasons.
2 or
There's
3.
three
It's
seasons.
75 through 79. So, yeah.
Yeah, but there's only
That doesn't
3
mean that doesn't go by years, Joe.
I got you. I got you. Yeah.
Go into the episode guide; it'll tell you in there.
3 seasons. Yeah. Gotcha. But yeah, that was probably the first successful one because I think the Hulk started in like 77 or 78. And I can't remember how many seasons that was on.
Dude, when they
Hulk
did
started in
Captain
78.
America, they
Was
did
it called
We
The
don't
Incredible
talk
Hulk?
about
I think it was.
that era of Captain America, though. Those movies from 1990, we don't talk about those.
No, I'm talking one in the 80s. They
There
had
wasn't a
Captain
in
America,
the 80s. There wasn't-
Thor, Hulk.
There was a
and-
Thor. There's Thor in the what is it? The trial. The trial of
Yeah.
the Incredible Hulk. Thor-
Trial of the Incredible Hulk had Thor in it. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
also the first appearance of Stan Lee in a Marvel property.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. He did the first appearance there. The Incredible Hulk, 4 seasons. It was on for 5 years, so that's 4 seasons, right?
Man wins again.
What is it?
Vince. The Bible.
Hulk had 5. Man wins again. Oh, look at you, man. That's crazy. And the movies introduced Daredevil and Thor. Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
television movies is what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
that's
There
what I was
2 of
talking
them.
about. Yeah.
I can't remember the names of them. They might be on this list. Let's see if they are.
Dude, Thor looked goofy as fuck. Like, I'm just saying.
The Incredible returns in 88.
Uh,
Okay, you had that one. And I think it was Trial of the Incredible Hulk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
man.
It's probably going to be
I
right there.
remember
Yeah, there it is.
watching that when I
Trial of
was
the
a kid.
Incredible Hulk. Now that one, that had the Kingpin's in it, Daredevil, and I know Thor's in that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's also the Death of the Incredible Hulk.
really,
1990.
that was a TV movie too. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't even want to see that. I don't want the Hulk to die, man. I don't want the Hulk to die. He's too cool, man. But anyway, yeah. But I still think that Daredevil is the best, really. Till Daredevil came out, I always thought the Hulk was the best one. But let's see. What's he saying? Trial of the Incredible Hulk and Daredevil. Thor was in Return.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thor's in
Okay.
Return, okay.
And Death of the Incredible
Was the
Hulk was the
third.
third. Okay. Just ask me. Vince, are you a big Hulk guy like my brother? Because my brother, look, guys, he likes the MCU and everything, but when he saw friggin' Hulk get punked at the beginning of Infinity War, he was out, man. He
Yeah,
did not like this shit at
You won't
all.
like how the death of it. He wouldn't like how the death of the Incredible Hulk ends.
No, he won't
Yeah.
like
He
that.
commits
He won't
suicide.
like
Right.
it at all.
But
Yeah.
Anyway,
he takes a leap out of an airplane. He falls out of an airplane and he reverts back to David Banner.
But I am not afraid to say that I am hopeful for this new iteration of Daredevil on Disney Plus. I am not afraid to say that I am looking forward to that. Because from seeing that trailer, yeah, I'm down with it. Especially with friggin' Frank Castle showing up, man, with a beard. Oh, dude, that will be kick-ass.
And a tomahawk.
Yeah, and a tomahawk in his hand, ready to fuck somebody up. Vince Womack says, I grew up watching that show and I own it too. Very nice. Very nice. Love the Incredible Hulk. Yeah. It you know what's funny about that one? You know, his name on that show was David Banner because now this is a sign of the times, guys. Remember, it started in 1977 when it wasn't cool to be gay. They thought Bruce was too, it wasn't straight enough. That name wasn't straight enough. So they changed it to David.
So his official name in the show is David Bruce Banner.
David Bruce
Banner. You know,
they only mentioned that once that I know of.
You know, Bruce Jenner kind of like proved that later on down the line, you know. So.
Yeah, they didn't know that in the 70s when he was breaking all those.
Dude, he was a badass in the 70s.
Dude, he was a badass. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, the last thing I wanted to talk about was Nosferatu. I did go see this movie this weekend, and I'm not going to give any spoilers for it, but anybody that's seen the original movie, I hear it goes right along with it most of the way. I did not know that was Johnny Depp's daughter I was watching on the screen.
Lily Rose
her
Depp.
name is Lily Rose Depp. I got to say, man, this is another one kind of like Wicked. It's old school movie making. It's not a bunch of CGI madness. It's just gorgeous looking sets and the costumes for this guy knows how to do period pieces. He does. He really makes it look. You feel like you're transported to that time when they were first walking through that city on the bay there, where I think it's Aaron Taylor Johnson is a shipping guy in that town, and they're walking through there. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
I was right about what I told you about the movie, wasn't I? I was like, it's not the normal.
Oh no, my God, yeah. It's not scary, but you first of all, you like the characters. You know they show you enough to where you care about these guys, but Nosferatu is not a nice guy, and it's put out there from the beginning that he is just fucking evil.
Yeah,
it's not one of these things where he's they tell you where he went wrong and why he went wrong. No, this guy is an evil motherfucker.
It's not Angel, okay? It's not Angel.
What is it, John?
I have two questions.
Okay,
is it in black and white?
You know what? A lot of it feels like it is.
Yeah,
it's in color, but it's all the colors in it are muted by candlelight. I mean, it looks like you're in that period.
Yeah,
everything is muted.
Is it silent?
It's not silent. No, it's not. But a lot of these things. I mean, look at that still frame right there. It's shot in moonlight. Most of the fucking scenes are shot in moonlight, which can look black and white.
And in the color,
come on, John. It's 2025. Get over it.
Like, John, the color in the movie is so awesome. Where they do the colors and the sets and everything. I loved it.
It's really good, man. Yeah. And those of you that have seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, this is basically a German retelling of it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And Count Orlok, this guy, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård that plays him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, man. The stuff he does with his voice, it is just, I mean, we know that computers can change voices and stuff, but you can tell he's doing a lot of this himself. And it's just, it's not that it scares you, but you're full of dread listening to him talk because you know he's about to fuck somebody up, man. If they don't do what he says, he's going to kill them. You know, it's pretty damn cool. This guy he's turning out to be a really great talent. I think he's I think he's Stellan Skarsgård's one of his sons, isn't he?
Yeah,
Or-
he's one of
or
the
not.
he's one of the Skarsgårds. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
There's
And
like
if I think
12 of
right,
them, I
Bill
think,
Skarsgård
14.
is. What do you say, John?
I think there's like 12 of them, 14.
Yeah. If I remember this one, he
Well,
does
isn't related to Stellan. There's one
Yeah.
guy, the guy that was in the Green Lantern movie as the bad guy. He's not related to him. Okay, his last name's Skarsgård, but I don't think he has the little circle over the A on his name. You know, he's not related to him.
If I
But-
remember right, John, this one, Bill, I think he does some voice work for some animated stuff too. So
Really?
I don't remember what he.
I don't remember if he does, but I thought he did.
But he's
let's go
he's,
see.
he's like the evil version of Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah.
He's been in Boy Kills Real John
Look,
Wick.
he was in The Crow. We don't want to mention
The
that,
Crow?
but we have to. In all fairness, he was in The Crow that nobody's seen, but you know. But I hear Boys Kills World is good. I haven't seen it yet.
Dude,
I haven't seen John Wick 4 yet either.
I
did not know he was in that.
I
but,
had feel it was good, but I was like,
he was in Eternals. I don't even
I
remember him
never
being
saw
in
that. I didn't
Eternals.
want to see that. You go down. I think there's some other stuff.
I'm looking.
Chapter
I don't see
2.
any. Most of this looks like it's.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Oh man, Zeitgeist and Deadpool.
Yeah, that's who I thought. That's what I was thinking about right there.
Okay.
That's what I
Right.
was thinking. I remember him from like a Marvel or a cartoon or something.
Well, everybody
Dude.
basically knows him as Pennywise in It.
Bro,
he's
he was in
killer
Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of movies, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Them Skarsgård boys do get around, but
There's
his work in this
Alexander,
movie is amazing.
there's
It really
Gustav,
is. He
there's
does stuff with his.
Bill.
Get out of here, Section
Yeah, get that
31.
off the screen.
Ah, scaring the shit out of me. But look at this cast though, man. Nicholas Hoult. This guy's had a really good year, and this is the second vampire movie he's done in as many years. Right? He was in the one with Nicolas Cage, Renfield.
Mm-hmm.
He played Renfield in that one, right?
Dude, Renfield was awesome, bro.
I haven't seen it yet. That's one that's
Oh,
gotten
so
past me. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He needed this after Craven, right?
Yeah.
And he's good in this. He's a shipping magnate in it. This one, Emma Corrin, she plays the best friend of Lily Rose Depp's character, and it was killing me. I was like, I've seen that girl before somewhere. She was Xavier's sister in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I did not know that until I got
you know
home and
what's
looked
funny?
into it.
There's
Huh?
a lot of Deadpool Wolverine actors in this
Right?
movie. Yeah.
There are 8 Skarsgård children. 7 of them are involved in film. The 8th one's a doctor.
No shit. Wow. Stellan, that guy was busy.
Yeah,
Yikes.
he had a vasectomy because he said after 8 children, that's enough.
I guess, man. But look, some of these other actors, Willem Dafoe. Now he's the director, Robert Eggers. If you don't know who this guy is, he did The Witch. He did Lighthouse. My favorite movie that I've seen is The Northman. I love that movie with another Skarsgård boy, Stellan Skarsgård's in that one. And you know what? When I first saw that he was going to be in it, it was called The Northman. His name was Eric Northman on True Blood, and I thought maybe this was like an origin story, but that's not what it is. It's actually it's a version of Hamlet. Actually, it's an old Dutch mythology. It's basically a revenge story, but it's really, really cool, man. It's a good movie. But Willem Dafoe is in all those flicks, except for maybe The Witch. I don't know if he's in The Witch or not. I haven't seen The Witch yet, but yeah, Willem Dafoe is awesome as usual. It says here his name's Professor Alban Earhart, but he's the Van Helsing character. Is who he is.
Well, no, technically, Van Helsing was a bit of a villain, and to a point.
Van Helsing was what?
He was a bit of a villain to a point, not a full,
Yeah.
So
technically, in every episode, when they showed the tombstone in the opening credits, yeah, talking about the Hulk, because it said David Bruce Banner on the tombstone. Yes, it did. Let's see. Nowadays, you can't make silent movies since not even teachers in New York and New Jersey are expected to be able to read and write. Literacy is on the rise in the U.S. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, that's New York and New Jersey.
What? William Dafoe is not a villain in the movie? No, he's not.
No.
He's not. Section 31. Oof. How far has Star Trek fallen? Nobody wanted that. Nobody's seen that. Okay. But I will tell you this. You can tell this guy loved the original because, like I said, most of it's shot in moonlight. And some of these pictures, like, I don't know if I can look them up and find them, but I'll try and do it backstage. But some of the stuff is just so gorgeous you could just hang it on the wall as a painting. The friggin' carriage that's riding up to the castle when he first arrives there, with the wolves chasing it, is a really great picture. Another one is when the Renfield character, I can't remember his name, but it's Renfield. You recognize all the characters from Bram Stoker in this thing. But he's taken a, whatever they call that. It's one of those stick boats down a river in the city. And it's going towards the house that Orlok has bought to move into the city. And it's just a gorgeous picture, man. I mean, this guy has a really nice eye. I love his vision, but some of it, look, this is not for the squeamish, dude. It's not that it's bloody. It's just some of it is there's a sex scene in it that I thought they really could have done without it, but it really hammers forward the control he has over people when he gets a hold of them.
And I will say,
it's just fucking brutal. It's
some
crazy.
of the movie is psychological.
Yeah,
too.
It's
not that it's psychological in other things.
Yeah, but to the silent film portion of it, though, John, to what you were talking about earlier, the soundtrack sounds like an orchestra is playing it. It's really fucking cool. The soundtrack is really good. I'd say the sound, if it doesn't get an Academy Award for sound editing alone, then they're fucking up, because it's his voice, a lot of the sound effects and stuff. You a lot of the background noises. Now, Jed, I don't know if you went to the theater to see this or if you watched it at home, but
yeah, I watched it at home.
But dude, in the theater, the sounds in this movie have put you on edge. I mean,
well, if you okay, and I will say this because I watched it at home. If you have really good headphones, you can hear that, and sometimes it creeps you the hell out.
But it's a good movie. It's a good story. Yeah. It's an old school story, and I highly recommend the movie.
John, I think you would like it, John.
But it's not for everybody. My wife, I'm glad the guy I took was shout out to my boy Mark Peck, the guy that I grew up with, and he's the guy that we get together once a year and watch John Carpenter movies on a loop. You know what I'm saying? We love our old horror movies. And matter of fact, the first comic book work I did was at his house, spending the night. We were trying to make a Carl Kolchak, the Night Stalker comic book.
That's awesome.
He ran into a monster at one point, and I had him getting thrown through a banister, and I had the wood flying all over the place, and him ragdolling over it and stuff. You know, yeah. That's some of my earliest comic book work I did with this guy, and ironically, he's the guy that sells me my comic books now. He works at the comic book shop that I pick up my books at, and I got to thinking about it. I was like, nobody was going to go see this movie with me that I know, but Mark will. He'll go see it with me. And when I called him about it, I told him I couldn't think of anybody else that would go with me. He goes, "It's Nosferatu, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." So we went and saw it. And we enjoyed it, man. Of course, he and I, we're bantering back and forth in movies, you know, just a little bit. And the girls that were sitting just a couple of seats over were cracking it up at what we were saying about the movie. It was funny. Go ahead, Jed. I didn't mean to talk over you there, man.
What I said, if I would have been out there, I would have seen it with you. So, yeah.
It's just like all of his other stuff. Yeah. It's shot for IMAX. And the way you can tell that, guys, is the screen looks like a square, like an old television square. That's how you can tell it's shot for IMAX. And if they show it at the IMAX here in town, I may have to go down there and see it, because it is a pretty movie to look at. But boy, yeah, it's not for everybody, man. It's if you don't like rats, don't watch this movie. Because I mean, I know that's not the name of the ship, but when the Demeter lands It lands with a thud, and there's rats everywhere in that fucking place. That's crazy, man. But anyway, I just wanted to recommend it. Has anybody besides me and Jed seen it? John, have you had a chance to see it yet? I think you'll enjoy it, man.
I think
I don't
John
have a
might.
local theater right now, so
Really?
Oh yeah, that's right. Remember he said like 2 weeks ago.
Well, it's a focus feature, so hearing about what did we say the other day when we were looking at it? Like Saturday, you'll probably be able to buy it, and stream it at home.
Or you can find it in other places.
Well, you can always say
but I wait for
do that.
Good copies.
But anyway, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Jed, just New York and New Jersey or Oregon and is that Mississippi or Missouri? Mississippi, right?
Oregon?
No, that's Michigan.
Is that Michigan?
Yeah.
Kids are not required to read and write to be able to graduate from high school.
How is that possible? You have to know.
Because it's 2025.
Because
my favorite thing is that cursive's become its own language.
How is that possible?
Oh, dude, look, cursive's going to be code before it's over with, Knox.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I'm
code.
terrible at cursive, but I can still do it.
Or what they say, like
Ghost of Mars? No, I don't watch Ghost of Mars.
The best way to stop your car from being stolen is to make it a stick shift.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Because half the people don't know how to drive them.
I haven't done stick shift in 15 years.
Automatics.
On Space Precinct 13? I don't think he made
13?
that movie. He made Attack on Precinct 13, which is awesome. Only saw the original. Yeah, I hear you, man. But anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here today? Anything? Because I have shot my wad, dude. That is everything
too.
I had for this week. So,
John, you have anything? Knock, you have anything?
Do we not have any top 50 list that we never completed or something?
No lists.
We've done.
We never did. Yeah, okay. All right.
No, I can come up with one. I'll have a list next week for you. I'll have a list next week for
Did
you.
we
Okay?
ever actually finish the top 100 games list? Do I even have that bookmark still?
Yeah, we finished it.
We finished it.
And we didn't agree with the top game either. I can't remember what it was, but we did not agree with it at all. Let's see. Okay, correction. In Oregon, the State Board of Education decided to pause the requirement for students to prove basic mastery of reading and writing and math to graduate until at least 2029. That's because participation awards. You went to school, graduate. Yeah, whatever. John, did you have something?
Well, I've just got
It's cool, John. We'll wait. It's cool. We'll just sit here. We got 9 minutes. It's cool.
It's not loading, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
There's a pill for that.
Well, is there anything you guys want to share before you get out of here? I know you do. I know you do. You guys are cracking Vince up. Huh? Everybody's waiting on John.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for John.
We're waiting for him to. He's
so
holding
while
his hand
we're
like
waiting
he's
for
a
John,
warlock
let's
about
discuss
to
that
cast a spell at
1998
us.
Godzilla there.
How
it was the greatest movie ever. Let's continue to talk about 1998 until he's ready.
No, it doesn't exist. Just like Highlander 2 doesn't exist.
You remember when his character was right next to the footprint of Godzilla, and
he
was amazed by how big it was? So there was a very big footprint. That was a great scene by Matthew Broderick's character.
Whatever, Matthew Broderick. No.
You guys remember that video that P. Diddy did from
Matthew
it too?
Broderick,
it was an awesome music video at the time. He was like in a building that like half the building was off the thing. And
if you guys haven't gotten this yet, John's going to tell you all about it.
This is my merchandise store, and I actually gave you the wrong link. You click on the Das Wolfen's Den up top.
All that
and my actual store.
Yeah, he's like.
There you go.
Yeah, you can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, phone cases,
phone cover. Look at
mugs with the cover of my first book, and I'm gonna make one of the second, and so on.
I'd rather get the second because this is just that's a door. The other one's got Thor on it, man.
Yeah.
The other one's got
it's not
Thor.
really Thor, but I guess it is Thor. But yeah.
I mean, it's a Thor-like character. That's for
He's
sure.
Thor. He is Thor, but he's not like Marvel Thor.
But yeah, okay. I'll put this in the chat real quick for you guys so you can check it out.
I've got a merch store now.
But yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's got all the links up there for you. I don't know that he has this one. He's got the 2 for the book. I'm gonna put the one up for the store.
But I've got the outline done for the second book, the second full book, and it's probably going to get split into 2 because assuming 3,000 to 5,000 words per chapter.
Yeah.
I'm looking at about 250,000 pages, 250,000 words. So I'm like, okay, I probably need to split this up.
Well, man, hey, I got your book. I got, what did I just buy? Is Gary's album? Got his album. He just released an album.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, man. Everybody support the guys that are giving you new stuff, man, because you know what? The Hollywood production is probably going to be slowed down for a little bit. They had COVID, they had the strikes, and now they got this. But you know what? I heard some guys talking today, and they said this really isn't going to slow down production on things that are already greenlit, because a lot of the auditions and stuff take place through Zoom meetings now.
Yeah,
they don't even. A lot of the production doesn't even happen in Hollywood anymore. It happens in other places. So
I heard it either, and this is what I got told. It either it's over Teams, Discord, or what the one you said. That's the 3 places where all the interviews. Yeah, Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it happens now.
Yeah. I mean, they do production like my daughter. You guys know she's in the industry. She moved to Atlanta to be with a certain production company that works there. So, it's all over the place now. But let's hope that now that they need the money, they decide to make decisions to make money. You know what I'm saying? Which means making something good, right?
I'm hoping the people that now have Star Trek do something with it. So,
Yeah.
All
right, boys and girls. Let me let you know what's going on with the channel before we get out of here. You're watching State of the Atmosphere. We do this every Wednesday night, 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And hang on a second. Kay is with us. What's going on, young lady? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm just a bit tired from work.
I hear you, darling. Well, we'll catch up with you in a minute. Let me finish what I'm doing here. But it's good to see you, young lady.
It's good to see you too, Joe.
State of the Atmosphere every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, Friday, you'll see me sketching my comic book, Sketching the Privateer, the story of America's Pirate Patriot, comes your way every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, get over to Pop Culture Mindfield's channel and Das Wolfen's channel. Yes, Das Wolfen has a channel. He just doesn't show up on other people's channels. He has his own. It's just he doesn't concentrate it on as much as he does everybody else's. But
you
he'll
mean
get
like
back to
me?
it one day. He's got a lot on his plate right now. But go check him out on Pop Culture Mindfield's channel as he plays through The Tale of Two Wastelands on Fallout. What do you got there, John? Did you want to show something there?
As we play through GTA 3 this next Friday.
Okay. Well, hey, look, from what I understand, you guys had a ball when he played GTA. So,
I don't know if John did, but I certainly did.
Yeah, you can go ahead and
I was enjoying every second of it. I was reliving my past through John.
You still got look, it works.
We'll
it does
see
for now, but here's the thing. Is it going to crash
Friday.
during the show?
Right, yeah. Can you go through the door, John?
Can you play it for more than 5 minutes?
Oh, you want me to go through the door? Okay.
Can you go through the door?
Okay, here it is. We're doing
peek,
this
folks.
right here live,
Sneak
guys.
peek at this Friday.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh my God, he put more mods into it. He put way more mods. It's funny. At least we can see.
Yeah.
You put a light mod in here. I feel like
what
we can
did you
actually see
do?
things now.
Yeah, look how fast it's. I've optimized it now. Look.
Yeah, he optimized it and shit.
He added colors on the map.
It is moving faster, buddy. I can tell that already. It's already
it
moving.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like my loading screen? It's a hamster. Look how fast Look how fast I went to. I fast.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's faster than it was. Yeah.
By the way, while we're sitting here talking about this, Knock, give them an update on how the Games Done Quick went.
Oh yeah, they wrapped that up on early Sunday morning, and they raised over $2.5 million this week. So
Wow, that's
there's
awesome.
there's some things that make me cringe and roll my eyes, but it's for a good cause, so I ignore it.
Yeah, it's look, when it comes to video games, that's one industry that isn't going to turn around right away. You're going to have to live with that. No
Yeah,
doubt.
it's got.
Yep,
We got.
yeah, I kind of accept it. It's the same thing at the cons. It's just it's their safe space, right? And
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'm going into their world kind of thing. So
That's it.
I'm kind of a part of that world, but I'm not like full foot in kind of thing.
Right.
I dip my toes in. So it's one of those innocent things where it's not hurting anyone, and it's for a great cause. So
That's
I'm
it.
all for it.
Yeah, and it's the cause that matters for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys come check this crew out, minus me, on Friday on Pop Culture Minefield and Das Wolfen's channel for Fallout: The Tale of Two Wastelands this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, don't forget, Saturday, 10 a.m. Central, we're going to be doing NFL pregame party divisional tailgate. We're down to 8 teams. We got 4 games, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. And it's going to be fun to watch, man. We got one wild card team that made it through. Knox local area team, the Washington Commanders, actually made it through to the divisional. And they're going to Detroit. We've got the Rams going to Philadelphia. We've got, probably
Dude,
the game
I
of the
hope
weekend.
the Rams beat the shit.
I want to see the Rams go all the way, but that's just
Yeah.
me. I'm them or Detroit, but friggin'. Probably the game of the weekend, though, is going to be the Ravens going to Orchard Park to play the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be pretty fun. And then we've got the Texans going for round 2 at Arrowhead against the champs. So we're going to talk about all of that. Plus, we're also going to do a preview of the national championship game between Ohio State and who the hell is Ohio? Oh, yeah, that's right. Notre Dame. Fighting Irish is going to be playing them. So we'll talk about all that. 8 a.m. Central Time, Saturday morning. So come check us out. And then Monday, it's it's Military Monday. And I don't know what they're doing this Monday, but Martin, Gary, myself, and Anima will get together and talk about a military movie on Pop Culture Minefield's channel at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then at 4 p.m. Central Time, it's Only Talk and Roll with That 70s Rock Fan. This week we did America 3000 on the Canon Film Club. Don't know what this week's show is going to be, but it's going to be at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday on That 70s Rock Fans channel. So come check us out there. And then, of course, the Brothers Hack the Matrix every Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2025 through today's headlines, including the Trump cards, his appointments, and how they're doing. And, of course, we're going to have the Diddy Files, boys and girls. Yes, we got to check out what's going on in the Diddy world. And we have got some crazy headlines coming out of that thing. So, definitely want to tune in for that. That all comes your way at 5 p.m. Central Time on Monday as the Brothers Hack the Matrix. And then Tuesday night, it is time for Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. I don't know what I'm playing this Tuesday, but as soon as Jed is ready to go after his dental work gets done, we will be doing Mass Effect 2. So
I feel like I've heard about this dental work for like 2 months.
No, they screwed me.
That's
seriously.
what it's taking, man. That's what it's taking, Knox. So I will be waiting on him. And I'll probably play something I haven't played in a while. So you guys come check it out this Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time. So for myself and the Knoxter and Das Wolfen and both Kay and Jed Redwood Wolf, I want to thank you guys for being here. Let's check in with the chat one more time. Let's see. They've been talking about different stuff there. Vince has got the links up. And he also says, cheerio, guys and gals. See you next time. And stay nerdy, everybody. And have yourself a good night. Low Specs says, and it's a $15 game. Them indie folks don't grape you. Yeah, for sure. He's talking about Adam RPG. Is that what he's talking about? Okay. Very cool. All right. Well, listen, guys, you know what I'm going to tell you. I want to thank all of you for being here. I hope you had a great time, and we will see you next Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time for more pop culture stuff. And until we see you again, I want to thank you guys for being here and keep on keeping on. God bless. And don't forget, whether you like them small, medium, or large, Titty Tuesday continues into Wednesday every week. Don't forget. We'll see